there, this is Aldea, and I'm here to give you my review of the Agate Temptation palette by Singe Beauty, which looks like this. This is, well, here are some swatches. This is my first palette by the brand. I really wanted to test it out, and the first palette wasn't really my thing, color story wise. So when this one was revealed, I knew it would be for me because this is so much my vibe. I'm sorry, my cat is doing its thing out here. So I'm giving you 4 looks, and I will see you at the end of the video to give you my review after doing these looks. Okay, so for this first look, I'm starting with the shade Slice, and I have it on a quite small blending brush. I'm not being too precise with it, and I'm going quite lightly because it's the first time that I ever try this brand, so I don't know really what to expect. So here I am, well, blending it. I'm not putting too much of it, and I'm going little by little. As you can see, it's blending quite nicely. I really enjoy this color. It's very neutral, but I think it makes the palette, like, it can go both ways. It can be used in a neutral look, a warm look, and a cool tone look. That's what I mean. Here I'm blending it a little bit more again, trying to match both of my eyes. I'm not really happy with the way I did it on the other eye. Sometimes I can like go a little bit too fast, and then yeah, like, it's my fault if the eyeshadows look like this. But don't worry, trust the process, it will look better when I'm done. Then I'm taking the shade Moss, which is a little bit lighter and a little bit warmer as well, and I'm blending the edges with it. I don't think it was necessary to blend it, but because of the way that I went with it, like, I think I took too much and I wasn't precise like the way I wanted to, so oh yeah. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. um I'm taking then the shade Plume to deepen my outer corner. I really love this shade. It's really nice. And well, now I saw the pigmentation of the eyeshadow, so I'm going little by little, like, really this time. That's what I said when I used the first shadow, but yeah, I wasn't. Now I am. And as you can see, it's like, it's pigmented, but like beautifully pigmented, and it's easy to work with, in my opinion. It blends really well. Nothing bad to say about this formula. I had the smallest amount of fallout, but same thing, I'm discovering this formula, so I think I just put a little bit too much on my brush. So I'm taking this Plume shade a little bit on my lower lash line as well, and I'm trying to connect like my lower lash line to my upper lash line, and like extending the shape like a sort of wing. And here I'm just taking my the first brush that I used to blend the edges. Here I'm taking the shade Agatis. I'm sorry, I have no idea the way you're supposed to pronounce that. And I'm taking this on the inner part of my eyes, so lower lash line, inner corner, inner part of the lid, even a little bit up in my crease. Love this shade and the way they look together. Here I'm not quite sure what I want to use. This is the shade Quartz. It's really reflective. Here we have the shade Gilded, very beautiful as well. I'm admiring the shimmers. And here we have the shade Crystallized, which is the like, I don't know, it's a duochrome or multichrome. And here the shade Silica. I didn't really want to use the multichrome as the first shimmer that I would use in this review, but yeah, sorry, it was the one that would look the best with the looks that I did, as I paired like this orange with the green like it was meant to be. I'm sorry. And yeah, it's really beautiful, and it's the perfect shimmer for this look, I think. So it's a really fine texture, really beautiful. Here I'm taking the shade Gilded for the the junction between my inner corner and the rest of my lid, like my lower lid and upper lid, to make a better connection. And I just put the tiniest bit on my inner corner. Here I'm taking the shade Quartz, and I put it on my lower lash line, as I usually like to have a shimmery lower lash line. So yeah, the shade Crystallized, the multichrome, is very fine. Like, most of these shimmer are very fine. Like, there's no like chunky shimmers here. They are really beautiful formula. Here we have the shade Chalcedony. Chalcedony. I'm so sorry, I have no idea. And I just put it under my wing. I think it made it a little bit more special. And I used some products here, like a liquid multichrome to draw little dots, an eyeliner, and I will put everything in the description box if you're interested to know what I used. I'm so loving this look. Like, I love it so very much. It feels very me, I think. I love combining these shades together. And here is the end of the day. It was a really hot day, and as you can see, like, I have a greasy face, but I also have quite greasy eyelids as well. And I think it held on quite well when you see the rest of my face. Um, the mats didn't really move. You can see it went a little bit into my crease, but I think, like, when I tapped it with my finger, the way that I'm doing now, it's coming back quite well. So it's not just like when I applied it, but still I think it held on quite nicely. For this second look, I'm taking first the shade Volcanic, and I so wanted to do a look with this shade in the inner corner. I wasn't quite sure of what I wanted to do after it, but yeah, I'm just going with the flow. So then I'm taking the shade Dendritic, and I'm putting it in the outer part for now, and I'm trying to to do a sort of wing shape. I really, really love this color because it's like it's a brown, but I don't know. I think it's a very interesting brown. Like when you blend it, there is a sort of like plum vibe to it, but I don't necessarily think that it's a plum. I hope you can see it on camera. Like you see the plum here, right? Like I love it so much, and I love the way it looks with the orange in the inner corner. Yeah, so I'm just loving the way it blends so easily. Did you see how fast it was? Because yeah, when I'm doing reviews, I don't cut out the way that I blend it. Like you see everything that I do on this eye. Then I'm taking the shade Fire, and this time I'm trying by spraying the shimmers to see if it makes any difference in the wear time. Um, and I know that's the way that Angelica Nyqvist puts her shimmer, so I thought that it would make sense that her palette from her brand um, could be used that way as well. So this shade goes in like the inner half of my eye. I'm trying not to poke my eye out. And then I'm taking the shade Gilded, spray it as well, and I put it on the outer half of my eye. And I think the Gilded shade looks so beautiful on top of the Dendritic shade. I'm going very lightly, as you can see. Like I use it almost like toppers, like as they are fine, and I think using it like spraying them makes them even like lighter. I really enjoy the way that it looks. Same thing for everything else than the palette that I'm using. It's gonna be in the description box. I'm not going over everything like in the voiceover. I'm loving this look. Like I think it's so fun, and I quite like the way that it brings out my eye color because I have quite dark eyes, so it's not very easy to bring the color out. But yeah, I really love the look, really love it. And in the end of the day, this is what it looks like. When I say end of the day, it's like when I take it off, it really is the end of the day. Like I'm not just wearing my looks for like 4 hours. And yeah, I'm really loving the way that it stayed. It's so this one I put in the early afternoon, my look. It wasn't all day, like it was a half day. Sorry about that. For the third look, I took the shade Moss, and this time I'm going very lightly with the fluffier brush than I did on the first look because I didn't want to like make that mistake again of putting too much. And yeah, here it's working very, very nicely because I'm going lightly with it. And like if I wanted it to be like, oh, okay, we have a visitor. Yeah, for everyone who owns a cat, you know that, yeah, when they decide that they need cuddle, you have to stop what you're doing to take care of them. Like, how can I work with that? Well, she's cute, so I will allow it. So back back in the makeup. Yeah, if I wanted it to be more pigmented right off the bat, I could, as you could see in the first look. But here I'm really wanting a like smoother blend, and I didn't want to be too harsh, so I'm really choosing to go very very lightly and putting my brush in the pen more times. But in the end, I prefer the result. Here I'm taking the shade Geode on a smaller brush, and I put it on the outer um, part of my lid, and I don't want to put it like too high. I'm sorry, I'm quite into this sort of wing shape lately. And I promise in the end it doesn't look so much like the first look. Like, I did two sort of greenish looks, sorry. But like this palette calls for it. Because for now, yeah, it's not the same shades that I used. Yeah, well, I used the shade Moss in both looks, but in the first one it was just to blend the edges, so it's different. And here I'm taking the shade Bended, which is so beautiful. Like, it's such a gorgeous shade. Uh, like, I would consider this pretty neon, but like, I don't know, like a beautiful neon. Like, it's not like too bam in your face that you can't wear it. Like, I think it goes so well with this look. Like, a few shades of green. Oh, I love this. And the look is not done. Yeah, love this. Then I took the shade Plume because I wanted to be a little bit darker, and I'm just putting it, sorry, um, on my lower lash line. And then I take the shade Moss again. I'm sorry, the camera like trembles. It's because my cat is moving on the desk. So yeah, sorry. And so the shade Moss I use to blend my lower lash line. And I kind of use it to blend all the edges, and I really think it gives a beautiful vibe to the look, um, to add this blend all around it. I love the way these different greens blend together. Yeah, I really love this. I'm just going a little bit back and forth with the colors that I already used. And then I'm taking the shade Quartz, and I put it on my whole lid. It's so reflective, so beautiful. Here I'm taking the shade Crystallized, and it's gonna go on my lower lash line. And then the shade Translucent on the inner part of my lower lash line. And yeah, little cuddle time. So this is the final look. I love this one so very much. Yeah, it's trembling. So yeah, I really, as I said, love putting different kind of greens together, and by doing this cool neutral lips, I really thought it paired really well. So this is an update at like noon. As you can see, it almost didn't move, and when I just tapped it a little bit, it went back to normal. And this is the end of the day, so it's like something like 12 hours after I put my makeup. So it moved a little bit, as you can see, but like it moved, but the way that it moved, it still leaves a shimmer on the lid. I hope you can see. And again, I just tapped it and it went back to almost the way that it was in the morning. So I'm really impressed. And for this final look, which is the one that you saw in the intro, I'm starting with the shade Calcedony. Maybe one day I will be able to to pronounce this right. And I put it in my like in the inner part of my eye, so the inner corner, and I put it like up in my crease. Then I take the shade Dendritic and put it in the outer part. I'm going quite lightly. At this moment I have no idea of what I'm wanting to do, but yeah, I think that this palette really really gives you possibilities, and I don't really think you can go wrong with it. So same thing with this dendritic shade. I love the color, love the way it blends. The shade Calcedony, which is the one I have in the inner part, I think it's like intense, like it's bright, but still really easy to use and easy to blend. It's a really lovely shade and quite unique in my collection. I think it's so smart to have put it in this palette. It really adds something special. Again, I'm just working the shape for both of my eyes to be a tiniest bit symmetrical. It will never be symmetrical, but like I'm trying to make it as symmetrical as I can. It's really easy to work with these shades. Here I'm taking the shade Translucent and I spray my brush. And I put it like all over my lid. So as I said earlier, these shimmers are a very smooth and fine formula, but using them with a brush that's sprayed with setting spray makes them even thinner on the lid. And here I'm taking again the shade Dendritic on a very small sort of pencil brush because I don't want the shape to go too much down. Not this shade. And yeah, again, guess who's here? Yeah, I'm just a step for her. She's not the lightest cat. So again, I'm taking the shade Slice, and I'm gonna, in a moment, blend it, sorry, uh, on my lower lash line. Just the tiniest bit, because I thought that it would, you know, like pair well with the lips that I have on. Um, After I finished the look, I thought that these lips were maybe not the best choice for this look, this one. Maybe it would have been very beautiful with the greener looks that I did before. I still think it looks nice, but I think I would have preferred another lip. But well, I still kept it. I still think it looks beautiful. A little bit of eyeliner, and this is the final look. I really loved doing all of these. I really think they are different from one another, and I have other ideas in mind. And this shimmer, I really like it. And in the end of the day, this is how it looks like. It almost didn't move. I'm very happy with it. I really think this shimmer could be like used as a topper, as all of the lid eyes I did, and in a corner. Like, it's not usually my favorite shades, but I love this. Okay, so I hope you liked the looks that I did. I tried to do them as different as possible, even though both are quite green, but that was the vibe that I wanted when I did it, and I still think that they look different. So about the palette, we have so what? I'm sorry, my cat needs attention. Okay, I'm back. I'm a little bit stepped back because she's on my lap. So what I was saying, it's a 16 color palette. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmers, so 14 mattes. No, sorry. So 10 mattes. Sorry. And I think we have a great gradient between light and dark, and we have multiple type of shimmer. So this one is a multichrome, and well, like duochrome. I think you can see here, and the other ones are not, but they are really smooth and sparkly. I have a sort of hooded, like, I don't know if you can see it, sort of hooded and oily eyelids, so I'm quite particular about the eyeshadows that I will choose as of shimmer, I mean, because most of them will not last on my lids. So I really wanted this one to last, and I'm glad to say that I think it did quite well. It's not the most long-lasting on my lids, but I think it still stayed really well. And above staying well, even if they creased a little bit when I just tapped it a little bit, it would go back to normal, as you could have seen in the videos. So I'm really glad about this. The mattes are lovely. They are really easy to work with. They are smooth, like meaning like they are blendable, but still being pigmented. I love this formula. This color story is really smartly done, which is what I expect from Angelica Nyqvist, because every time she does a palette, it's really smartly done, in my opinion. So every color goes with each other. You can mix and match a lot of what it's here. You have a like pastel-y option for a matte inner corner, but you have several shimmery ones. You can go like full green, you can go full like neutral, you can mix everything. Like I really love it. I'm so glad I tried it. I think the price is quite reasonable as well. I bought mine from Monolith, as I always do with indie brands. It's really rare that I don't buy from Monolith. And the packaging is really good as well. The mirror, I'm not gonna show you fully, but like the mirror is really big. These are my hair, like it's really big and it's really good quality. It feels sturdy, like in a good way. I don't think it's that fragile. I'm in love with this, and I always want to use it more. Like when I look at this, I still think of things that I want to do with it, that I want to try. It's really inspiring me. So if you were eyeing this, I really recommend it. And I would love to know if you have oily eyelids as mine, if it was as good as it was for me, because that's something that I struggle with every time. So that's it. That's my review. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm so glad I bought it. So I hope the looks that I did, you liked them. I'm gonna use it more, but probably in a short form content. Maybe I will put it in another video, like a makeup diaries or something like that. Let me know if you were eyeing this, if you liked it, if you're thinking about it. If you don't like it as well, I would like to know why. So thank you so very much for watching. If you liked it, you can put a little thumb up. It would mean the world to me, and even subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!